Name, first and last name spelled, both maybe.
Yes, the name is Manny Deltoro, M-A-N-N-Y. Last name is D-E-L-T-O-R-O, and I'm one of the lieutenants of Southeastern Division.
Jimmy, just give us a run through what happened here this afternoon.
Yes, just after 1 o'clock, officers responded here to 5526 Laurel. The call was of an agitated female holding a knife. Wasn't making any threats at that point, but definitely scaring the people. The big concern was there was 2 children in the house. The 2 children weren't in her room, however, they were in the bathroom. The water was running, so it created a sense of urgency. Officers came here. They initially asked her to come out. She was non-compliant. The officers put together a plan with lethal and non-lethal force. The non-lethal force being the pepper spray and also beanbag. And they entered the house. They were able to get to the kids safely and remove the kids. She was, however, still being non-compliant, still had access to the knife at that point. She then picked up the knife, said she was leaving, however, she walked to the officers in a threatening manner, and rather than using lethal force, the officers did use the pepper spray and also the beanbag round. Unfortunately, the beanbag round did puncture her skin, so she's getting medical treatment right now, and she will be charged with assaulting the officers with the knife.
Well, it's pretty amazing. So she approached you guys with a knife, yet you decided to use non-lethal force. Can you talk a bit about, you know, typically when you do approach an officer with a knife, it's going to be a bad outcome. What, you guys made the right decision, or a safer decision?
At this time, yes. I'll never second guess the decisions of the officers made at the time under the heat of the moment. At this point, I'd say one of the biggest criteria would be the stature of the female. She was 67 years old. The officers felt that they could neutralize the threat using non-lethal force, which is always our goal here. Is our highest value is going to be human life. So the the deadly force is definitely going to be a last resort. We're very grateful that this was resolved with the non-lethal force at this time, with the successful use of the beanbag and also the pepper spray, and with that they were able to take her into custody. But the officers did a phenomenal job here, holding the life to be the highest priority. They implemented our tactics. We also had a canine who was right nearby the officers, so we definitely, in all calls, try to get all of our non-lethal options in place. We don't always get the luxury of doing that. Today there was time to do that, so we're able to put a successful plan, and we're able to take her into custody and get her the help she needs. There may be some mental illness involved, and she will be charged at this time also with assaulting the officers with a knife.
Okay, and 2 transports, several injuries. Can you talk a bit about the injuries for both victims? Sorry.
Yes, initially it came out that an officer was injured, something that we definitely take serious, along with civilians as well. We found out later that they did have to break a window to gain access to the female, and then with the pepper spray in there, the ventilation was very poor, so there was a broken window. The officer tried to push open the window and unfortunately cut his hand in the process. So officer's going to be fine, just getting some stitches at a local hospital, and she's also being treated at a local hospital with the damage to her skin because of the beanbag rounds.
Sure. Officer, male or female?
It's going to be a male officer.
Okay, and last question for me at least. You know, several residents were talking about this home in particular. How would you characterize it? Is it like a group home or a safety home? Or
at this time I don't know. I do know that she was renting a room there. I do know there are multiple occupants who are there, and just from what I see that there is various people living at this home. However, I don't know the exact nature of the facility, but this is a residential area. The officers came here thinking it was a residential area, but we later found that there were multiple people renting multiple rooms. What type of facility, I don't exactly know.
I'm good.
We're good?
All right.